Yeah, Solid Hill TDS, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W. Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mall. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mall. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mall. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mall. Hey. L Boogie with the hot flame, ashtray full of top names, little tree for your membrane. This the 9-hour time frame. I just snatched up a 6-pack, got my hands on a lid pack, whipping up a little batch of snacks. Yeah, man, I think I'm all set. Late night, can't sleep. Go ahead and just tap in. Better grab you a cold one, and we about to get some laughs in. Wild card on the microphone, he'll hit you with a couple flurries. Y'all need to just strap in for some entertainment sports commentary. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mall. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mall. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mall.
Yo, what is going on? What's going on, people? How we doing today? Hope everybody's having a fantastic week. It's Wednesday. You know what that means, the last show of the week. And we getting down to the nitty-gritty, talking some sports, baby. Yes, sir. You know, it's an interesting NFL conversation going around, how to properly develop a quarterback. We'll talk about that for sure. And of course, because it's Wednesday, hey, Wildcard Mars top 10 NFL teams going into the week. You know, we always got to drop our little, I guess it's our power rankings, top 10 teams going into the week. We'll do that for sure. But you know, yes, sir. Man, what's happening? My man, Double J Jones, what's happening with you, Walter? Man, it had to crash out. That's what's up. That's what. Has anyone seen MJ? I talk to him every now and then. He's doing well. Yeah. So MJ's doing well. He's take care of business, man. Still trying to, navigate life after having a TBI. So, but no, MJ's doing well. Oh, that's what she. Hey, speaking of which, shout out to my man Double J with the nice segue. Hey, let's talk about it. Dodgers win World Series number 8. They win World Series number 8. And we just got to talk about it and be real and be frank. Yankees blew this game. You're up 5-0 in the 4th inning. You literally had all the momentum. Even MVP Freddie Freeman, who's been hot this whole World Series, he had trouble starting to get into the groove of things. But that 5th inning, once that 5th inning came, you gave that World Series to the Dodgers, man. Now, granted, the Dodgers was up 3-0. The Yankees took care of business last night, but you couldn't recreate it. You were not able to follow up what you did last night and to turn it around into a victory this week. It just didn't happen. And it started in that 5th inning. I got to say this. For those who've been watching the show the last couple of days, I was telling the truth about Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge, once he gets to the postseason, he disappears. He showed up last night, and I was having a conversation. I was like, maybe this is the chance for him to get out the slump. And bat-wise, he did. He came out, hit the 2-run home run in the 1st inning. I'm like, see, that's Aaron Judge that the Yankees fans been waiting on. That's what they've been waiting on. And you know, on the offensive side of the things, I say the last 2 games he's had his better games in postseason, in all of postseason, because it ain't been good. It ain't been a lot of success for him in the postseason. Go look at his numbers. He's been just dreadful, batting 192, 193 in the division rounds, in the championship rounds, respectively. That was his first World Series appearance. He did not have a great World Series. He had a solid game 4 to help, you know, stay off elimination for one more night. He had a better game 5 tonight, but overall, he did not have a good game. Then the 5th inning comes. He makes the critical error that most outfielders cannot make, and that's taking your eye off the ball. Can't do it. You absolutely cannot do it. I mean, you literally just fumbled the ball. It's a routine out. It's a routine out. And then literally, that was like that 5th inning for the Yankees was the inning from hell. Because not only did you squander your lead, you let the Dodgers literally take all the momentum, and they took it all. They took it all, had it all. All the momentum was with the Dodgers in that 5th inning. The Yankees helped them out big time. 2 people got on board because of errors. Obviously, the drop catch from Aaron Judge doesn't help. Just fumbling, bumbling, stumbling in that 5th inning. It was a disaster. And the moment that it happened, I said, "Oh, that's it. That's it." The moment that the Yankees fumbled that 5th inning, that was it. You literally, because you had all the momentum, and in one half of an inning, in a half inning, you gave it all up. And that's the crazy thing. Jay. I'm glad you brought that up. Garrett Cole was having a phenomenal game. Garrett Cole looked like real Garrett Cole this week or tonight. He was looking like real Garrett Cole, and they didn't help him out. And granted, there was probably one of those situations where he should have covered first and got the out, but still, I'm not gonna put all the blame on him. But I think he's at fault for that one, for not covering the base. Most pitchers go and cover that base. At least go run over there until they tell you to, back off, I got it, or somebody else gets over there. But you go cover the base. So he made a mental mistake on that. Like I said, it was just a bad inning for them Yankees. You talking about giving up a game, and you can't do that in a game that you got to win to keep it going. The way that the Yankees played leading up to the 5th inning, it made it look like they were going to do what they looked like they were going to do to the Dodgers what the Red Sox did to them, and come back down 3 games and win this son of a gun. I mean, literally, bats were going great. They weren't being silly on the defensive side. Garrett Cole was looking like the ace that he was, and I was like, wow, there's no way that the Dodgers. Oh yeah, we'll be going back to LA for the last game 6 and 7. That's what I literally thought that. I was about to tweet it. I was literally about to tweet it, and then all of a sudden, here comes the blunders. I said, "Oh, let me back off this tweet. Hold up, hold up. Wait a minute. Dodgers said we winning business, standing on business." But leading into the World Series, I had a conversation with my bros on the Man Cave Sports Podcast, my man Double J, Mike T, on who had the most pressure to win. And I thought it was the Dodgers anyway. You literally, you took a page out of the Yankees playbook, spend a lot of money. And of course, with you going to get Shohei Ohtani, in the way that you structured his contract, you put yourself in a very I guess really, must-win type of situation, because you got the best player in the world in baseball, and you're paying him dirt cheap because it was his idea. You deferred a lot of the contract money because he said, "Hey, I made a lot of money in Anaheim for missing the playoffs every year. Made a lot of money in Anaheim. I'm used to the California taxes. I got endorsement deals. He got the New Balance deal. I'm pretty sure there's some other endorsement deals in his native country of Japan. He's probably making money we don't know about over here in the States, but I'm pretty sure there's some money over there he's making. He's like, I'm good on the money, Tim. Go ahead, we'll defer a big chunk of my salary down the road. Build the team. Build the not only a quality team, no, build the championship team. So there's other players that benefited to go ahead and get people. And yeah, I agree with that too, Jay. There were some times where I thought Shohei Ohtani struggled. He didn't struggle like Aaron Judge struggled, but he wasn't too far off. I think that's fair to say. He did not struggle as bad as Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge was just mighty bad this whole World Series. I know he had the home run tonight, had a hit in the RBI last night, but you talking about overall World Series, D-. And Shohei Ohtani is probably right there, more a D+. He did not have a great series at all. Being a DH, he definitely should have had more hits, more RBIs. He should have done more damage, because the fact that he was in the lineup where he was, whether he was leading off or there was times where he was ahead of Freddie Freeman, and the way that Freddie Freeman was so hot, you got to take advantage of Freddie Freeman being so hot, and hopefully, because they're going to more than likely pitch to you. The way that Freddie Freeman was so high, you take advantage of those certain mistakes pitchers are going to make, or just the fact that they are going to give you chances to hit some pitches in the zone that you would like. I thought he should have taken more advantage of some of the pitches that was given to him due to the fact that there was other hitters in the lineup, in the Dodgers lineup, that was just doing more damage than he was. If I was a pitcher, I wouldn't have been scared of Shohei Ohtani in this series. He just wasn't that same Ohtani. He had better appearances in a championship series and a divisional round. Just wasn't a good World Series for him. Hey, it was his first one. I'm pretty sure he had some nerves, some butterflies, but still, when you are the best guy, you gotta make it happen. You gotta make it happen. You gotta be that guy. Like I said about the other day about Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge, the Yankees were only going to go as far as Aaron Judge take him, and you saw his performance. You see why they only won one game. He didn't have nobody like Freddie Freeman that was on fire. I know Giancarlo Stanton, wasn't too bad. But he wasn't as hot as Freddie Freeman. Matter of fact, that's why you see why Freddie Freeman won the MVP. That man was in fuego. He was hot. There was not one bat that was doing what he did. This man had 12 RBIs in 5 games for the World Series. Clutch. That's clutch. That's playing big boy baseball at big boy times on a big boy stage to walk around with the big boy trophy. Not only one, the one that you celebrate with your team as in the World Series big boy trophy, but you walk around with the big boy Willie Mays MVP trophy because you played big boy baseball on that big boy moment. Hey, straight up. Straight up. And hey, the Dodgers, like I said, I felt like they had more pressure to win this World Series. Last time they won, it was the COVID year. They did not get a parade. They're going to get a parade this time. I'm pretty sure they're happy about it. It's going to definitely shut those talks about, Dave Roberts not being able to be a manager or being a good manager. I think he's a damn good manager. Look at what he's done with his Dodgers. Numerous appearances, being one of the final few teams in the playoffs. A couple of World Series appearances. Now 2 World Series titles. Put some respect on Dave Roberts' names as a manager. With the Dodgers, hey, I'm telling you right now, I don't know if this will start a trend. I don't know if it will. But if I'm some of those superstars, like, big names like Ohtani, maybe you should start looking at, hey, take a big chunk of the salary and deferred payment. I'm not saying it's going to be a huge trend that most players are going to follow. No, because I know me. I've been broke all my life. I want the cash now. Give me the cash now. All right. I could take my cash, start investing in it, in other things, set up life after, whatever. Cool. Regardless, because baseball money, well, whatever you sign on the dotted line, you're going to get it. It's fully guaranteed. That ain't the point. I'm just saying, I've been broke for so long. I want the monies now. I couldn't be a Shohei Ohtani. Like, nah. Let's defer, build the team around me. Get the pictures, get the hitters. Let's get this championship. Nah. I'll ring Chase after I get all my money. That's me. So like I said, it's going to be up to certain players how they thought process is, where they at in life. See, a rich person they ain't tripping off seeing more money. They see money all their life. Ohtani's been a rich guy. He's been a rich man. He ain't tripping about it. He's like, well, it's a big old contract. Now I'm gonna see the money regardless. Let's get the championship. I love the strategy, but let's not fake the funk. Everybody, not everybody's gonna sit around and do the Shohei Ohtani thing and just defer money. No, not everybody comes from the same situation. Like my man Juan Soto, about to be a free agent. Now, say what you want on how much he's worth. Me personally, he's worth no less minimum $600 million. That contract that he about to get, minimum $600 million. All right. Do I think he's a $700 million man like Tony? No, I don't think so. He ain't cheap though. He ain't gonna be cheap. And of course, he wants to stay in New York. He wants to stay a Yankee. Now, after losing this World Series, I'm pretty sure he wants to get the deal done with the Yankees, try to run it back, get back in the World Series, and hopefully win it. Let's see. But for me personally, if I'm the Yankees, I re-sign Juan Soto. Because Juan Soto, solid regular season, but he did some good damage in his postseason. He did some good damage. I think you got to, Jay. I think you got to. The reason why you got to is because you need other people. You need him. You need Stanton. You need Gleyber Torres. You need Volpe. All the other guys in the lineup not named Judge to pick up this roster when Judge disappeared. Juan was one of those guys. I think Juan Soto had a great postseason. Him and Stanton, they were able to hit some clutch hits, some home runs when your man Aaron Judge was just disappearing, playing background, bullshitting, counting his money. I don't know what he was doing, but he forgot to play baseball for majority of this World Series. I mean, literally, that man struggled hard, struggled heavy. There's no way I can sit here and the thing about it is with Juan Soto, he's still young. If I'm correct, Juan Soto's still what 20, 25, 26? Still a young whippersnapper. Yes, I said whippersnapper. That's showing my age, right? No, Juan Soto is still relatively young. Like he's still young enough to sign like almost like a 6-7 year deal, or still turn around and get another big bag after that. You know, some of these baseball players play to damn near 40, so he got the chance to still mess around. And, yeah, he's 26. He could sign like literally like an 8-year deal, be 34, and then mess around and sign another big ass 6 or 7 year deal at 34 years old and still be able to cash in another big ass check. So regardless of whether Juan Soto goes to the Yankees or goes back to the Yankees or not, he's fine. He's about to get a big ass check. He's about to get a big ass salary because if the Yankees are foolish enough not to re-sign him, which I doubt that they are, let's not forget they are the Yankees. They have never been scared about paying people. They've never been scared about outbidding other teams. They've never been scared of that. I just think there might be another team that might, hey man, 26. He's a baller. I think there's definitely gonna be some teams to try to lure him away from LA. I'm sorry, from the Yankees. There might be some teams who ain't worth a damn that might throw some big money at him. Look, I don't know if the Marlins would do it, but teams like, for example, just teams like that, they're not going to win no championship no time soon. Trash ass team, trash ass organization, but they still got to sell tickets. Think about the demographic of the Latino demographic that Juan Soto could bring to Miami. They ain't gonna win nothing, but he can help bring tickets, help sell. That Latin community down there in Miami, Soto. They would absolutely love Juan Soto. He'll be the number one selling jersey. He'll fill up them stands. Get their money off that parking. Get their money off the cervezas being sold. So it'd be an economic boost if you bring Juan Soto. I'm not saying Miami would do it. I'm just saying there's other teams that just going to be in the bidding for Juan Soto for other reasons besides baseball. Like I said, Miami will be an economic boost. They're not going to win a damn thing. But damn, he could help boost the economy down there in Miami. Hell, Boston. You think Boston's going to sit around and just keep, bumbling and not make the playoffs every year in, year out? The last 20 years, they've been used to winning. It took them almost about 80 plus years to finally break the curse, but the last 20 years, they've been one of the franchises that's used to winning. You think they're just going to keep sailing around and just not? No. Eventually, and plus it would make sense. You look at the right field for Fenway Park. You look at the right field for Yankee Stadium. Two of the shortest porches in all of baseball. Juan Soto, who bats left, that's a kid in a candy store. You got to think about things like that. Hey, let's get this guy in our ballpark. It's 162 games. You do the math. 86 home games. Let's get him at home for a big chunk of those 86 games, and hopefully he can knock a good amount in right field. I mean, it's hell. Why not? If I'm Boston, I would. Come on. Then you can say, oh, I took one of your players, Yankees. They can't stand each other. Rivalry. You damn sure want to play the arms race with them. You put Rafael Devers and Juan Soto on the same squad, in the same lineup. Now, they ain't looking too shabby. Those are two good pieces you can build around. Two good pieces. I think Rafael Devers is probably 28, 29, somewhere around there. And like Juan Soto, 26. You got two solid people in their primes. That you know, can help resurgent the Red Sox. Yeah, 28. Rafael Devers, 28. So you would have two solid players in the middle of their prime leading the charge in Boston. I think Boston would probably be a place that would probably go after Juan Soto. I don't see why you wouldn't. Take away from your hated division rival and add to your team. You kill two birds with one stone. I'm pretty sure they're thinking about it. But no, what a disappointment from the Yankees, man. You had this game in hand, and you literally, it took you half an inning, just fumble it, literally. Depending on what the moves that the Yankees make off-season wise, you know, because it's also not a guarantee that they keep Giancarlo Stanton. He carries a hefty salary, pretty much just a DH. It's not like he's playing a lot in the outfield or you know, on the defensive side. So maybe Yankees think about moving off of him. Who knows? You definitely start asking for some money back. Look, I appreciate what you've done in the postseason, but regular season, you know, he's a strikeout machine. But for some reason, this postseason, he was better in the postseason than he was in regular season. Still, I don't know if that warrants the type of salary that he's carrying. Stanton's carrying a hefty ass salary. So maybe you think about moving on. I don't know. A lot of things to consider. But I was not expecting a 4-1. You know, only 5 games. Because this was the matchup as baseball fans. This was the matchup baseball historians. Dodgers, Yankees, historic. Big time names, Ohtani, Judge, you know. This was the baseball's fans type of you know, dream scenario. I don't think it lived up to the hype, only because one team dominated. Dodgers dominated. I mean, what else do you say about this World Series? It's kind of hard to say that the Yankees could have made it a better matchup. They just didn't. They did not show up for majority of this series. They showed up for one game and only showed up for 4 2/3 of this game. As that 5th inning, that was not the same Yankees team. They were deflated. They absolutely deflated. I know they ended up taking the lead again, going to 6-5, but it just wasn't meant to be. Just wasn't the Yankees year, man. It happens. Shit happens. Got to be better, though. Got to be better. Hey, baseball's done. It's a wrap. Man, that's one sport down. Just real quick, I know they're going to talk about it. Of course, Lakers go to Cleveland. Bronny gets his first points. Hey, I'm just going to say congratulations. All right. I still listen to my parents. They told me don't say nothing if you ain't got nothing good to say at all. I'm just going to say congratulations. First few points in NBA. More points than I got in NBA. So I ain't going to hate on you, young brother. Do your thing. Bronny. Homecoming. Went back to Cleveland. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep this moving. I'm going to play this clip right here because it's about a couple of minutes long. TJ Watt, he was on Pat McAfee. And an interesting conversation kind of came up. Because this conversation obviously was started because they were talking about, the Anthony Richardson situation. Obviously, with Pat McAfee being a former Colt, he follows the Colts, pretty faithfully. That's what he does. No knock on him. And then, of course, J.J. Watt being a former AFC South player, he knows that organization pretty well. But let's listen to what the conversation was about, and because some of the sentiments I heard it earlier today, I do agree with. But yeah, let's have an in-depth conversation.
With Flacco earlier than this. Right. Do you think the Colts are a Super Bowl team this year? Do you think they can win the Super Bowl this year?
You tell me. What do you think, Judge?
Personally, don't. I think they're a very good team. I do think Flacco gives them the better chance to win games right now. I don't think they're a Super Bowl winning team this year. And for me, if you were going to go that route, then you have to move to Flacco earlier than this. That's my opinion. Because right now, I think the only way you go to Flacco today is if you truly believe you can win the Super Bowl this year. Because otherwise, you have to figure out what you have with Anthony Richardson long term. You have to let him grow. You have to let him develop. There is such an epidemic in the NFL right now of ownership and coaches trying to get a young guy to play at such a high level so early, which, yes, we all want to. We would love if everybody came in and played like C.J. Stroud or Jaden Daniels. It would be incredible. But we're churning through these young guys so fast. If you are in a situation where you are rebuilding an organization or you're drafting a young quarterback to build around, you better understand what situation you're in. You better understand that might not be Super Bowl in year 1 or year 2, but that guy could develop longer term. You look at Josh Allen's beginning of his career. He didn't exactly start out great, but you develop over time, you grow. Some of these guys need a little bit of time to step in and grow and learn and have growing pains. We expect everybody to be great right now. We expect instant gratification today. And that's just not the fact. You judge me off my first 10, 11 games in the NFL. I should have been benched. I should not be in the league. If I was a quarterback playing the way I played, I never would have made it to where I am because somebody would have benched me because I wasn't playing good enough. But I could get through those growing pains. I could learn. I could understand what it's like at the NFL level, how you have to play these offenses, everything that they do. So it's so hard with everything we're asking these young quarterbacks to do. And then when they don't do it within their first 4, 5, 6 weeks, we're like, nah, move on, next one. And then you look at Bryce Young's situation, you take him out, and then Andy Dalton gets hurt. Now he's got to go back in and try and figure it out. It's really, really hard with how much pressure we put on these guys so early, and I get it. Multi-billion-dollar business, you have to. But what happened to growth? What happened to development? What happened to a little bit of accountability as a coaching staff to help this guy grow and become the best version of himself? That's what a coach does. It's not just automatic every time. You're supposed to develop him. That's your job.
Man, JJ said he was cooking. JJ Watt was cooking right there. There's a lot of things that JJ Watt said right there that I definitely want to hone in on and definitely I definitely agree with a lot of things that he said right there. Because it's weird how in these NFL days it's so quick to, they want the instant gratification. A lot of these teams want the CJ Stroud success from your rookie quarterback. I think that was an anomaly. That was an absolute outlier season that CJ Stroud did. Because, and no disrespect to CJ Stroud, he's having a solid season this year, but there's a slight regress from last year. He put the bar so high last year as a rookie. I don't think he's met that same level of play this year. Just based off the eye test. And it's definitely up to you guys. You want to agree or disagree with that? I'm just saying what I've seen of CJ Stroud this year. He's had a regression from his rookie year. Just based off of what I've seen. It also doesn't help that Jaden Daniels is balling in his rookie season, and everybody wants to do that. Here's the thing about it. Obviously, everybody knows that when you are in the draft and you draft a quarterback in the first round, more than likely you are not a good team, especially if you're drafting him within the top 10. More than likely you are not a good team. All right. And you look at some of these teams where some of these players are going to. I mean, Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson was going to a bad team. He got drafted second overall. All right. Zach Wilson had zero chance of succeeding. Sam Darnold, same organization, drafted high. He was on a bad team, had zero chance of succeeding. Bryce Young went first overall, going to a piss poor team. He had no chance of winning. So there's one part of what JJ said right there where I think matters the absolute most. Realize the situation you are in. So if you're drafting a quarterback high, like a Bryce Young, you're going to have to develop him because he's getting drafted high. He's going to a team that ain't worth shit. Ain't much talent on that team. So the moment that you drafted Bryce Young, he's a big chunk of the talent that you got on your team. He's automatically the best quarterback you got in the room. Yes, are you going to start him? Of course. That makes sense. You're going to start him. I understand that. But you also got to understand that there's going to be bumps and bruises because there's going to be some learning curves. There's going to be some things that he's just going to have to figure it out. It also does help that you got to have good coaching. You got to have good coaching. My thing is we are so quick to blame the players for the lack of success for some of these trash ass teams that are drafted them high. We also need to be looking at the coaches. What is your coaching staff looking like? Are you with a coaching staff that develops, matures, helps these young quarterbacks? You can be a defensive-minded coach. Who cares? But you better have some good offensive minds in the building that can help develop him. You better have a damn good offensive coordinator that's going to be in the best interest of that quarterback. You better have a damn good quarterback coach to help him. So it's like you got to understand, like you also can't expect great play from him if you don't have the coaching, don't have the offensive line, don't have the weapons. Those are three things. Those are three things. I know, tongue-tied myself. Those are three things that a quarterback absolutely must have to see any type of success, and not necessarily Super Bowl or winning the playoffs, just success, as in being able to be a productive quarterback. I should say those three things, because you got to protect them. If you can't protect them, I don't care if you Patrick Mahomes. Matter of fact, look at Aaron Rodgers. He has a piss poor offensive line. He don't look the same, Aaron Rodgers. Granted, he's older, coming off an Achilles. I understand that part, but hell, he not looking the same. Look, remember, matter of fact, Tom Brady, his last couple of years in Tampa Bay, his offensive line wasn't that great. There were times with Tom Brady where he would hike, and as soon as the rush got even started getting real close, he just duck and chuck. Just duck and chuck. Just get rid of the football. He'd rather duck and chuck, take the intentional grounding, than take the hit. In any sight of a pass rush, he was chucking and ducking. So even the great Tom Brady, the most winningest quarterback of all time, there was a time that he had piss poor offensive line play, and he just thought he wasn't the same quarterback. You gotta protect these quarterbacks. You gotta give them time. You can be like Dan Marino was the man. Some of the best football throws I've ever seen in my life. Put him on his backside. How good is he? Ain't so good. Patrick Mahomes, love him. Magician. Lamar Jackson, love him. Magician. Put him on their backside. They ain't looking so MVP-ish. Pass rush is the key to beating elite quarterback play. It's pass rush. So what you got to do as an offensive team, pass protect. This is simple shit. This is simple football 101. You want your quarterback to be at his elite level, protect him. Sometimes you wonder why Brock Purdy, who was Mr. Irrelevant, last pick in the draft, looks better than most quarterbacks. 1, he has the coaching. 2, he has the weapons. 3, they more times than not, they protect him. That's why a guy like Brock Purdy can be the last pick of the draft and all of a sudden get the opportunity and get his time to shine. But the situation is a lot better than most of these other quarterbacks. He got the weapon. He got the coaching. He got the protection. I mean, it's literally is mind-blowing how when some of these teams draft quarterbacks so early, how do you not understand that you got to give the other 3 things to see the success? See, the Panthers did it the wrong way. They get the guy early. They get Bryce Young. They gave up the talent to get him. Gave away DJ Moore. Say, we don't need no wide receiver for this young quarterback. They did a piss poor job of protecting him because his offensive line is still trash. And what have you done with coaching? Nothing. You fired the one guy that drafted him. He had an interim. So he's had 3 coaches. And the new coach this year, Canales, he didn't have 3 coaches in 1.5 years. How's that breed success when there's no consistency, no continuity between quarterback and coach? Say what you want, people. I think the Packers have got the right formula. You have Brett Favre, Hall of Famer. You see he's getting close to the end of the road. They go ahead and get Aaron Rodgers. First round, late in the first round. They were like, hey, man, you got Brett Favre. What you doing getting Aaron Rodgers? He sits 3 years. Aaron Rodgers sits 3 years. As soon as they transition from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers, they don't skip a beat because you had time to develop Aaron Rodgers. He sat on the bench for 3 years. He sits there, learns the game, get the mental part. See, a lot of people don't understand the part about football. It's the mental part. The mental part. The physical part is only just a sliver of the football game. It's so much mental, mind plays, games, mental, tricks of the game. It's almost like playing chess. You're trying to find the matchup. You do this, I do that. I react to this, you react to that. It's a mental part of football that literally you got to get down as a quarterback. There's going to be defensive coordinators going to disguise coverages. Make it look like this pre-snap. Post-snap is this. You got to be ready for all that. That's why Tom Brady was so great. He knows how to read defenses. He's seen it all. That's why Lamar Jackson is getting better. He's seen year in and year out defenses of different types. That's why Patrick Mahomes is what he is. It's the mental part. It's that part. And when you're not giving these young guys the chance to see that, again, understand your situation. If he's coming in and he's the best quarterback you got in the room, there's going to be some struggles. He's going to get sacked. He's going to have turnovers. But you can't bail on him. You can't bail on him. I like what J.J. Watt said. Josh Allen, he struggled coming in. They didn't give up on him. Eventually, they got the weapons. Eventually, they got the right coaching. They got better at protecting him. And now you see the Josh Allen that you see now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to understand, like, didn't you go from Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love? I was one of those people like, why would you get Jordan Love? Jordan Love, he looks legit. If the man stays healthy, you did the same thing that you did with the transition from Favre to Rodgers, now from Rodgers to Love. Like, come on. I just think there's so many different ways you can go about it. Patrick Mahomes, for instance, his rookie year, he set. He played one game. It was the finale against Denver, and the only reason why he played is because the Chiefs' playoff position was already set in stone. They couldn't move up, couldn't move down. Wasn't no point in playing Alex Smith. Alex Smith helped mentor him, helped, give him the game, helped bring his development up. So he was part in that development. Patrick Mahomes, he got the coaching. For the most point, they do a good job of protecting him. They give him weapons. He has those three things that help him succeed. And he sat for a whole year. Played that last game of the year just to kind of get his feet wet, see what you work with. He has some struggles, but then he also has some good plays. You know what I'm saying? So then when you see what the success that he's had since he's taken over as a starter since 2018, I don't think he would have had that same amount of success off rip, off gate, if he does not sit behind Alex Smith and learn. It's develop. Some of these franchises, you got to have patience. You got to have patience. Especially, and you want to get it right at the quarterback position. Because one, you see their salaries. They're the most highest paid players on the field. Two, if you get the quarterback position wrong, what else you getting wrong? Because the quarterback touches the football on every play, whether it's a run play or a passing play. He's handling the football. You know what I'm saying? If you get that position wrong, you just set yourself back. You just set yourself back. And yeah, I know it's a laughable. It really is a laughable situation. But look at it this way, Jay. Look at the teams that's had patience with the quarterback position. More times than not, they're usually some of the teams that are at the end of the season playing postseason football or raising the trophy. I mean, the teams that have more patience with the quarterback position usually are the teams that are playing at the end. I just think that's what it is. Bobby G, what's happening, bro? I think it's more about the want factor. Owner wanted Bryce, coach didn't. Owner wanted Zach, coach didn't. CJ was drafted by coach and GM that wanted him. Free agents get signed where they are wanted. I know, and I don't disagree with that. But at the end of the day, okay, for instance, let's stick right here. Owner and GM want one guy, coach wants another guy. Okay. But you still get paid to coach. If you get the quarterback that you did not want, so be it. You still got to do your job as a coach. What does this guy do great that I can accentuate or, hone in on and make him elite at? What does he do well? Oh, well, for instance, Russell Wilson runs the bootleg and the play action like nobody else and throws that deep ball off the run. Well, as a coach, I noticed that. I'm going to make sure that I help Russell Wilson look elite at that. I'm going to make sure that we got the right guys on the offensive line. I'm going to make sure we're running the right running plays to get the running going. And I'm going to make sure we're running the right play action bootleg passes to make Russell look elite at that sort of thing. It's okay as coaches to have a philosophy, but damn it, if your players don't fit your philosophy, you as a coach have to change and understand and see what those players do best. And I'm going to make sure that my coaching style fits around the player, not try to fit the player around my philosophy. Matter of fact, as a coach, I don't think you should have a fucking philosophy. Get rid of it. I need to coach to what my players do best. If the quarterback that I have is the best in the room, what does he do best? I'm going to run my offense on what he do best, and then we'll come around and work on the things that he doesn't do well. My defense, what does my defense do great? Oh, we're run stoppers. Cool. I'm going to make sure we look good in that part, but I'm not going to sit here and try to make them a pass defensive team. We'll work on it. Accentuate what you do best, and then work on the things that you don't do great so that you don't get exposed. But I'm not going to sit here and say, oh my gosh, he's not fitting my philosophy. That's how you get fired. These quarterbacks make too much money. More times than not, they'll get rid of the coach before they get rid of the quarterback. More times than not. Not always the case. More times than not. Not always the case. So, I mean, it's just, you just got to do. You just got to do. When your wife gives you some generic stuff instead of what you wanted for Christmas, you still accept it. Don't act like it don't work. Just wait. Wait to the closet and stay there forever. Coaches feel the same. Hey, definitely a unique analogy. But I look, if wifey give me something generic, I'm gonna make it work. I'm just gonna make it work. Deep down inside, I'm like, yo, this is some bullshit. But I'm gonna make it work. Because one, I ain't trying to sleep on the couch. That motherfucker hurt my back. All right. And I ain't trying to have that, oh, you don't appreciate me talk. I ain't trying to have that. I ain't. So I'm just saying, man. Hey, these coaches, you gotta. Hey, sometimes you just gotta work with what you got. Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody trying to hear excuses on what you ain't got and what you do got. I ain't trying to hear it. Sometimes you gotta make chicken salad out of chicken shit. Sometimes you got to. Hey, I've been in situations in my life plenty of times where I've been in a situation where I'm not in the best of situations. I don't have exactly what I need to make it, perfect like I would want to, because I'm a perfectionist at times. But I still make it do what it do, because you still got a job to do. I got a culinary background. I've been in some cases where I didn't have the greatest equipment, but I make it do what it do. Still make it do what it do. Got to get a job done. And these coaches, man, I just think some of the coaches, he's not fitting my scheme. He's not fitting my philosophy. Did you look at his tape in college or in high school? Because once you get to that level, you gotta really understand that he got something right that got him to this level. What was it? And let me bring that level of eliteness out of him on this day. And then we'll work on the other things so he doesn't get exposed. I'm just saying, at some point in time, you can't just try to keep making people fit your scheme or philosophy as coaches. But it does help when your coach and GM are on the same page. It does help. It absolutely does help. So to your point, Bobby G, hey, when your coach and ownership are on the same page, it looks a lot good. When they're not on the same page, shit can go south real quick. Patriots, Chiefs, look at the dynasties that they built. It's because the ownership and the coaching are on the same page. I'm coach, your ownership, I got my job, you got your job. We kind of stay out the way of each other. Hey, as long as we keep winning, everything's copacetic. Everything's cool. Look at how the Cowboys were going. See, Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones was on the same page till it wasn't. Jimmy said, nah, I ain't putting up with your shit. I'm out. I built the team for you. Barry Switzer came in, won another Super Bowl, but they ain't done a damn thing since. You got Bill Parcells, a Hall of Fame coach, went down to Dallas. He didn't stay long. You know why? See, man, I ain't got time to be dealing with this meddling ass owner. I know what a lot of people are saying, man. Bill Belichick should go to the Cowboys. For what? Bill Belichick ain't gonna go to no Cowboys. Not as long as Jerry Jones is still alive and running it. He ain't trying to deal with no meddling owner. Bill Belichick says, man, I done forgotten more football than you ever thought you knew, Jerry Jones. Don't try to, run me on how to run football. No. Bill Belichick ain't going to no Cowboys. He wouldn't dare do it. Not as Jerry Jones is still there. No. Hey, ownership and coach got to be on the same page. That's kind of the reason why Brian Flores is in Miami. He wasn't on the same page with ownership. He didn't want to. He made that quite clear. He wanted Herbert. Did he do some winning? He done some winning. He had the Dolphins going in the right direction, but eventually, gotta go. Ownership and coaching got to be on the same page, especially when it comes to quarterback. Because you gotta want to develop that position right. You got to get the right guy in that position. You just got to. Otherwise, shit goes down bad. Then you're gonna be jacked up. It makes a huge difference. Got about 5 minutes left in the show. We might go a little bit over. So what? Y'all know what it is. It's Wednesday, so I always give out my top 10 NFL teams. Number 10, Minnesota Vikings, down 6 spots from the week before. Man, they are on a 2-game losing streak. Not sure what's going on with them. I think it's starting to hit that Sam Darnold starting to hit that wall where it's like, it was all good 5 weeks ago, and he was doing all this great offensive game. Yeah, man, we caught on to you. Yeah. I think that's kind of what's happening right here. They're starting to catch on to Sam Darnold, and he's starting to hit a wall. But no, Vikings at number 10, still 5-2, still a good football team. Defense is there. The only problem is that the offense is not producing as much as they were the first few weeks. So there's some times where the defense gets left on the field a little bit too much. And y'all know what happens when you leave the defense on the field too much. You get tired, and then eventually you start getting gas because you're tired. Number 9, Eagles, up 1 spot from the week before. Hey, when Jalen Hurts played like he did last week, that's the Eagles team that could be in the Super Bowl. That's the team that could be in the Super Bowl. Only problem is I need to see more consistent play from Jalen Hurts from last week. From here on out, I need to see more consistency from it. Until then, I can't move them up a little. I can't move them up a lot. I need to see more Jalen Hurts playing like he did last week and from the rest of the season. If he does that, you can easily see the Eagles come up this list. Until then, they sit right there. Packers. I got them down 3 spots from the week before. They've been kind of edging out some of these last few games, and I don't mean to punish them for that, but I'm also starting to look at how Jordan Love is kind of, he's already missed some games. He's banged up now. He's uncertain if he's going to play next week. So I'm kind of like, And no shade to my guy Malik Willis. I love Malik Willis. Shout out to him. He's been, taking care of business this year when asked to come in and play. It's just that this is Jordan Love's team. Let's just be honest. Jordan Love can get these guys to the playoffs. Jordan Love could get these guys to the Super Bowl. Is his body going to hold up? I'm starting to question that. I got to, but it's things like that when I'm like, ugh. Come on. Yeah, Malik Willis, man. Every time he's appeared in the game this year, he's played solid football. And I've been rocking with Malik. I thought he kind of got a raw deal in Tennessee. And look how Will Levis. Anyway, let's move on before I start saying some others. Number 7, Steelers up 2 spots from the week before. I know a lot of people questioned Mike Tomlin putting in Russell. I know it starts off kind of shaky. It does. I can admit that. It's the second half for Russell Wilson that's been balling. It's the second half of those football games that Russell Wilson is like, no worries. I'm still cooking. No worries. And he's been the second half cook. And he's been doing well in the second half these last couple of games. So I definitely give him props on that. The defense is still the defense. Steelers, let's beat somebody worth the significance. Beating both New Jersey teams the last couple of weeks, the Giants and the Jets. I ain't tripping off that. Beat Baltimore. Beat Houston. Beat Kansas City. And I'll go full in belief of the Steelers. But Mike Tomlin, you were not wrong about Russell Wilson. He said, "I owe Mike an apology." But I will say this: those that question Mike Tomlin going to Russell Wilson, I just got to say this: you should have seen once Russ was going to get 100% healthy, he was going straight to the starting position. Mike Tomlin made no bones about it from training camp on until Russell got hurt. He kind of made it seem like it was Russell's job to lose. He always said that Russell's going to be my number 1. Justin Fields is going to learn, be my number 2. And Justin Fields, I know he led the Steelers to a 4-2 record, but there were some plays that he left on the table. Absolutely, there's some plays he left on the table. Did not play his best football. Did not play losing football, but he also, to an extent, did not play a lot of winning football, I should say. I get it. 4-2 looks good, but you go with the proven guy. And this goes back to what we're talking about with development. I don't think Justin Fields got the chance to really develop in Chicago. He was in a shitty situation. No offensive lines, barely had any weapons. They finally started getting him weapons when he was on his way out the door. A great minds think alike. I think that was one of the things. I think that helps with developing of Justin Fields, because you see the talent there, but you want to, hey man, you didn't have the best situation in Chicago, but you're in a better situation right here. All right, look at how the franchises are run. The Steelers have had 3 head coaches pretty much since 1969. 3. The Bears probably had 3 coaches in the last 3 years. I'm being facetious, but Eberflus, there was somebody else before him and somebody else before him. They probably had 3 coaches in the last 10 years. That's probably more accurate than anything. So I mean, it's just look at how things. And Justin Fields will be the quarterback of the future. Not sure how far they go with Russell Wilson past this year, but you go ahead and you let Justin learn, because he did not get that chance in Chicago. He was thrown to the fire. He was the best quarterback they had on their roster, and the roster wasn't good. So he's just out there trying to survive. Oh, survivor. That's what it was. Number 6. As we get back to the top 10, I got the Buffalo Bills up 2 spots from the week before. Dismantling of Seattle. I don't know how much stock I'm going to put into that, because Seattle is a very kind of weird team to gauge to me. One point they look good, and then the next point they look like straight trash. So I don't know how to really gauge that. But I will give props to Buffalo. Make that long travel from Buffalo, New York to Seattle, Washington. One of the hardest places to play, and they beat them down. It wasn't even close. They whooped their ass straight up and down. Obviously, great decision to go get Amari Cooper, get that weapon that you want, who's not going to cause strife to your life, but he's going to also all out on the field. And you can see it's kind of opening up things with Keon Coleman, the rookie that they drafted. He's starting to look like he's coming around. Bills, yeah. I was wrong about them. I thought they were going to miss the playoffs this year. Looks like they're about to win that division again. Yeah. So they're about to win that division again. Number 5, Texans. I got them up 2 spots. I'm kind of on the fence with the Texans. Like I said earlier, I do still love CJ Stroud. Unfortunately, I think that there's been a slight regression in his play, and it might not necessarily be on him. Obviously, just got the news that Stephon Diggs is going to be out for the rest of the year. That's a blow, no matter how you slice it. Especially the talent that he possesses. That sucks for the offense. And then also you kind of see how when Nico Collins hit IR, I think he has like another week or so on IR. He was their deep threat, and then lo and behold, the offense kind of stalled. And even times when Joe Mixon was out, tough for them to move the football. They had no running game. Been kind of in and out of stars, in and out of the lineup for the Texans, and I think it's kind of had a direct hit on CJ Stroud's production. Luckily for him, he has a great team around him that so much talent on both the offense and defensive side, especially the defensive side, that a lot of that stuff kind of gets masked over. And a lot of people aren't really paying to the Texans because they keep winning, because they got a damn good team. But CJ Stroud hasn't been able to recreate the magic from his rookie season and thrown it into a sensational sophomore year. He's more having a safe sophomore year where it's been okay. It hasn't been special. But watch out for that. Number 4, Commanders. Speaking of special, up 2 spots from last week. Jay Daniels is special. He's an outlier. You talking about CJ Stroud rookie year being an outlier last year. This is your rookie outlier this year. But I think a lot of credit definitely goes to Cliff Kingsbury, who's shown that he's a better offensive coordinator than head coach for sure, as he is doing great things with Jayden Daniels. But also Jayden Daniels, in my opinion, he was the better prospect, more NFL-ready quarterback coming into the draft. Just my opinion. I just thought he was more NFL-ready from playing at Arizona State, then LSU, seeing elite talent, playing against elite talent, and being able to showcase his skills going against that elite talent. So I just thought he was more the pro-ready quarterback going into the draft, and he's showing, balling out, and also it takes a little bit of luck, silly Bears and number 29, old fool ass, talking shit to the fans and forgot there was a play that was going on while he's talking and jaw jacking, and then had the nerves to be the son of a bitch that tips up the ball for the easy Hail Mary. But I digress. But still, give Commanders the credit. Still finding ways to win. Even in the losses that they had, especially the loss that they had against Baltimore, they hung in there and they went toe to toe with Baltimore. So they did not get the doors blown off of them. Number 3, I got the Ravens down a spot from the week before. Look, I get it. Bad loss against Cleveland. It was. That was a bad loss. They had some mistakes that cost them that game. Kyle Hamilton not catching that interception that could have sealed the deal. More times than not, he makes that interception. All right. I don't know. I think they were sleepwalking through that game. They just kind of knew that. Oh man, we got the Browns, man. I ain't tripping off them fools, man. I thought they were bullshit. So now that I say that, I probably should have moved them down a little bit further, but because I can't reward you for bullshitting. I can't. I probably should have moved them down a little bit closer to 5 or 6, but the Ravens still, to me, are just a damn good team. I still think Lamar Jackson still MVP right now. I know a lot of people. Hey, but credit to Jameis. Credit to the Browns. They said, nah, man, we may not be having our best year, but we're not just gonna lay down. So I give the Browns credit for going out there and taking care of business against a divisional opponent and not, I need to see them do that more often this year, not just against the Ravens. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Y'all could take a night off against Kansas City, though. Take a night off. Just saying. But no. Cleveland. Yeah. Number 2, Detroit Lions, up 1 spot from the week before. What is there to say? To me, Detroit Lions are the team in the NFC, and it's not even close. It's not even close. I thought that they were going to struggle, losing Aiden Hutchinson. It hasn't bitten them in the butt yet. So I do believe that the Lions are definitely going to go trade deadline before it passes. Go get them an edge rusher, give them a pass rusher. Kind of help lessen the blow of not having Aiden Hutchinson. But no, that offense is legit. That offense is scary. David Montgomery's doing this thing. Jamar Gibbs is starting to show. That's the best running back combo right there. Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. I would hate there to be a defense going against them too. I know the loss of Jamison Williamson, for the 2-game suspension or even possible investigation that he might have to deal with. As I saw those reports, I don't think they miss a beat. Do they miss kind of the deep threat, quick play strike that he has? Possibly. But still got Sam Laporta, who's turning himself into probably one of the better tight ends in the game. Of course, Amon-Ra St. Brown is turning himself into one of the better wide receivers in the game. And getting something out of Tim Patrick. He's had a lot of injuries in Denver the last couple of years, but he's been helping them do what they do in Detroit. And like I said, Gibbs and Montgomery. I mean, Detroit's scary. I'm having a hard time trying to see anybody else in the NFC that scares me like Detroit, and I don't see it. I think they take care of any other team in the NFC. Lions are legit. Last year was not a fluke. They've gotten better this year. Matter of fact, if we really being frank about the Lions, they've gotten better this year. So yeah, definitely number 2. And then number 1, you see the hat. This is not a homer pick. They're the only undefeated team in the league. And yeah. You're doing all of this without the great Patrick Mahomes looking like Patrick Mahomes. He's been looking more like his brother Jackson, who I'm not sure his football prowess, but I can understand it's probably not like Patrick's. There's been flashes of Patrick Mahomes looking good. I will say Travis Kelce kind of broke out the shell and started to look good last week, doing his thing. Got in the end zone finally. Only took him about 8 weeks to get into the end zone. Almost had 100 yards. A few limited plays that they had DeAndre Hopkins in. Made a great catch in the first quarter. On the first drive, that was pretty good. Even Patrick Mahomes admitted himself there were some plays that he should have thrown the ball to DeAndre Hopkins because he was wide open. Please and believe. I think they'll rectify that. There's going to be some more production from DeAndre Hopkins coming up soon in these next few games. Believe me. Kareem Hunt, wow, what he's done so far, doing well for the Chiefs. His return back there. But guess what, guys? This ain't about the offense no more in Kansas City. This is about the defense. That defense is special. Mahomes gave up an interception. The Raiders were inside the 5-yard line. 4 plays later, the Raiders was giving up the football. Got shut out by the defense. 4 plays stopped. Give us the ball back. Literally. I mean, literally, you just got off the field. Your quarterback has his arm hit, and you just an interception right there, and you're literally within the 5-yard line. Sit down. Stop. This is a defensive team now. This is a running team. 2 things that I thought I would never say as a Chiefs fan with Patrick Mahomes as my quarterback there. 1, my defense will be elite, and 2 is more of a run-first offense than it is passing. I thought I would never say that with an Andy Reid coach team. Andy Reid don't like running the damn football. But no, Chiefs number 1 right there. Man, hey, appreciate everybody tapping in with your boy. I know I went a little bit over on the show today, but it's all good. It's my show. I do whatever the hell I want to. Last show of the week. Like I said, I'm trying to get consistent being here on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays. I'm trying to get better at my time that I go live because I be on CP time like a motherfucker, dog. For real. I usually try to shoot around 11:05. But sometimes I might, depending on the sports events that I'm watching, I might get on about 11:30, 11:45. Kind of took my time tonight watching the World Series, watching the post game of that. And of course, like to get a little tidbits of information to help with the show. So, hey, man, if you like what you saw, like what you heard, go ahead, I.O.W Sports Network, all the social media platforms at the bottom of the screen. Or right here, you want to tap in with me personally. KC Wildcard, that's the Twitter page. You know what it is. Hey, man, had a great time. Appreciate everybody in the chat. My man Double J came through, hollered at me. Of course, my man Bobby G. Always, hey, y'all make sure y'all tap in with me and Bobby G. We do the post game on every Thursday nights. And then we also got the I.O.W podcast on Friday nights. So make sure you like, share, subscribe to all that information right there. Saturday, 613 Freight Productions with my boy Jay Jones. We got a lot of content over there as well. Whether it's D-Man K Sports Podcast, Moco Center. That's my bro for sure. But hey, man, I'm gonna get up out of here because I need to get my butt in bed. Starting 1:13 on this side of the world for me, and I got work in the morning. So, hey, man, it's been real. Great to chop it up with y'all. Y'all know where to find me. Until then, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, man. Peace.
Yeah. Silent Hill TDS, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo, cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card